Barry, let's talk a little bit about matte finishes. As if that vehicle wasn't complex enough. Now we're dealing with high-tech finishes in the matte finish and all the challenges and variables that come along with it. What are some of the things that you're seeing and that you're doing to address it?
You know, Michael, I think when you look at OEM finishes and how it works, it's complex enough, as you just said, but now you're adding even more, and I'll use the term of 4 times complexity to matte the refinish, even to the OEMs. So when you purchase that vehicle, those costs to you as the consumer can range from what we've seen from 1,500 to 17,000 and more.
So they know.
They do know. Yeah. So clearly it's a process that is a lot more laborious to get it there. Now, what we see, and I don't know what you're doing at your facilities, we're seeing we have to go through a completely different process internally and in order to give the best possible outcome for that vehicle. What are some of the things that you're doing?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the risk is that any imperfection forces rework, and then you're limited in the amount of rework you can do based on the millage that you're going to build. So everything from the condition of the booth and the hygiene of the booth, hygiene of the technician, gun hygiene, static gun use, quarantine the refinish tech along the way. So they're isolated to that job only. There's so many different variables there that you've got to try and guard against one of those variables biting you.
Sure. Yeah, we've even had to take some additional steps, such as refinishing parts off the vehicle and even refinishing them upside down, just because, you know, you're trying to lessen your exposure to intrusion.
You have to figure that customers are already paid, like you said, thousands and thousands of dollars, in some cases more, for that finish. So their expectations are at a completely different level. And because this is a finish that we don't see as an industry that often, you know, there's no database times, there's not a lot of studies around it. And so really it is a practiced skill.
And what's so unique is that these are one of the factors that we have to think about, and our paint team does, is the humidity outside, the temperature outside, because that's creating yet another variable that they've got to contend with on each and every matte refinish.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't think of that, but you're absolutely right. Everything that can be controlled needs to be controlled to have a positive outcome. So just one more thing that we have to deal with as collision repairers and the complexity of these new vehicles in matte finishes.
Correct.
If you found today's tip helpful, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. Comment below for any future suggestions.
These videos are made possible by SCRS. If you aren't currently a member, I encourage you to join. Visit scrs.com or use the link in the description below.